Welcome to Spa Francorchamps for the final round of the eFormula series. My name is Sam Cooper Bennett and we come here with the Drivers' Championship sewn up, but the Team Championship is still set to be decided. It is between the Positive Sim Racing team and the Radicals Racing team, and definitely all to play for. Only 2 points separating the two teams as we go into this race. Let's get a quick rundown of the point standings, and I apologize I don't have them properly because it wouldn't work for me for some reason, so I have them right here. Paul Ilbrink last week wrapping up the driver's title here last week at Monza over Fabio Di Carmo, who's not been here for the last while. Lubomir Moric will be looking to take that second place away from Di Carmo should he not turn up tonight, and Javi Alvarez in P4 as well. Let's go through the Drivers' Championship because that's the most important part here tonight. Positive Sim Racing and Radicals Online will be duking it out here for the title here tonight, as Alvarez, who's sitting second in the practice session right now, is hoping with Lubomir Moric to take that title away from Radicals, at least get one of them anyway. But anyway, as we go through the race warm-up here, want to thank sponsors Joel Real Timing, Blonde Bullet, and our good friends at NRW Photography. So make sure you check those guys out. Joel Real Timing, very good for your all your timing and scoring. Before we do go anywhere else, though, let's get a quick rundown of the track and all the details. So bringing back our good friend Mr. Mark Bruning for a track guide of Spa.
Spa Francorchamps is a motor racing circuit located near Stavelot in the Belgian Ardennes. The most famous part of the circuit is the Eau Rouge and Radion combination. Eau Rouge is the first part of the combination going slightly left, which leads into the uphill right-turning Radion. For many drivers, this uphill combination, which is followed by a long straight, is one of the most challenging in racing. It is the current venue of the Formula 1 Belgian Grand Prix, hosting its first race in 1925. Due to safety concerns, it alternated with Zolder Circuit during the 70s and 80s, but once it was up to FIA standards, it was favored. In its current configuration, the track is 7.004 kilometers long and has a total of 20 turns. Welcome to the legendary Circuit de Spa Francorchamps. Welcome to eFormula Series.
And we're back live here at Spa Francorchamps as the qualifying session has just begun here in earnest. There's some reason my things ain't showing up. But anyway, let's go to the qualifying. And joining me in the booth tonight for this one is not Frank Marchese. He's had to take the day off today, but joining me in the booth today is Tony Trapasso. And Tony, road course is not usually your thing, but definitely one of your favorite tracks to come to in the long run.
Absolutely. Bonjour, mon amis. Welcome to Spa Francorchamps. And I am very excited to be here for the season finale and looking forward to... has the news broke yet about what's going on in a couple weeks, Sam?
No, but we are going to talk about it right now as the guys make their way around the track. No time's in just yet. But in a couple of weeks, on October 17th, these guys will be back on our screens once again. And they bring us the vintage Indianapolis 500 as we're going to go to one of the guys on track right now as that is sorry, I apologize. That is the guys on track, but yeah, in a couple of weeks time on the 17th of October we will have the vintage Indianapolis 500. Now this is going to be an interesting one. They're not using the one of the classic Indy cars. They're not using the Lotus 79, but Tony, they're using the Lotus 49 for this one.
Shades of Jimmy Clark, you know, the GOAT. Let's face it, greatest of all time. You know, and yes, that car actually did race at Indy, and it was kind of weird. I saw pictures of how they modified, air quotes, back in the day, that Formula One car to run at the Brickyard, and it was weird. They had the A-arms on the right side were noticeably longer than the A-arms on the left side to try to stagger the weight bias on the car. So I'm excited to see how this one turns out as far as, you know, what these guys are going to be able to accomplish. And I believe it's still open to registration if you want to get in on that, Sam.
Yeah, as of right now, only a few drivers signed up, but they are looking to get as many signed up as possible. They are leaving the applications open to the league members, obviously, but once they are satisfied that all the league members are joined, then they will have the slots open to anybody that is willing to run. But definitely something to look forward to. Something that else is to look forward to here is what's happening right now as qualifying underway. Lubomir Moric putting his team in the right direction here, currently sitting on the pole with a 2:01.148 here, Tony.
That's hauling the mail. He was one of only two drivers to go sub 2.2 seconds in the hot lap session. We've already got two drivers that are sub 2.2 here in the qualifying session, and I would like to point out that Manuel Domingo in the 9 is on a ripper right now. As we're right up with him right now as he's coming through just come out of Blanchimont and into the bus stop chicane now as he comes to complete another lap. At Moric improving his time to a 2:01.075, half a second ahead of Cedric Bill as here comes Domingo across the line. He goes into second place with a 2:01.619, but Moric really putting him down now, and he's even faster than the man that won the championship last week, Paul Ilbrink. And Ilbrink just ripped one off too, but yeah, Moric is hauling the mail. I mean, you not to be denied right now, as I mean, it just the level of talent in this league just never ceases to astound me.
As we're looking at Kevin Shine, just caught across on the line there, 2:07.778, not very representative of time there for the man in the Lucienthus Tulip Racing car. The second team to Tulip Racing. Now, Tulip Racing is comprised of Danny Hoekstra, who is out on track there, just coming through. It was just coming out of Puon, I believe. But no, just going through Puon now. But anyway, Danny Hoekstra and Mark Bruning representing Tulip Racing here tonight. And you've got Dave Guild and Kevin Shine representing Lucienthus Tulip Racing. So we'll keep an eye on them. Lubomir Moric and Javier Alvarez. Now, this is the battle that we're interested in here, Tony. Positive Sim Racing, first and third. Radicals Racing, Team Radicals here, second and fourth. This is going to be one hell of a battle between these two teams to claim the championship.
And if you take a look at all those teams, they're separated by, at the speeds they're traveling, less than 100 yards. Or a little over 100 meters for our friends across the pond.
Yeah, that equates.
Yeah, this is going to be a barn burner.
Yeah, that equates to about half a second between first and fifth. Cedric Bill just coming out of pit road there, driving for MXS Racing, and I mentioned this last week. Those MXS cars of Bill and Augsburger. Really nice looking cars, the blue, the black and the gold, really attractive cars, and there's quite a few attractive ones out there here today, Tony.
Yeah, I kind of got to give a big nod to Mark Bruning and Danny Hoekstra. I actually am kind of partial to orange myself, especially orange and blue being as... You know, I'm from the Greater Syracuse Metroplex and not afraid to root for my orange. So, yeah, I kind of got to pull for the underdogs at this point. Is they're running about mid-pack together, but, yeah, some sharp-looking cars for sure, Sam, all through the field.
Now, Dmitry Bobliev, he wasn't here last week, but he is out on track right now. He is a privateer, not really running for any teams right there. He's just put a time in of 204.431. That's put him in P10. There's only 13 drivers for this one as Bobliev spins coming out of the hairpin.
La Source,
that's the one. My brain just went blank then. I don't even know why. Just a few things to point out. These are the rules and tips and news that we are given to read out every week. 50% fuel limit here tonight, so 55 laps. So they should go for the full race without making a pit stop here. So it's pretty much a sprint race here today. As we are going to go back with Paul Ilbrink, who's trying to take that pole away. No fast repairs in this one, so if you wreck it, you're done. They do have DRS on these cars, and they are allotted 8 in each race, whenever a driver doesn't want to use it. Unlimited during qualifying, though, so what they're doing right now, they are allowed to use it as much as they want. Obviously, there's a fixed amount of laps with a maximum time of 65 minutes, so they have 29 laps around here, but they do have a maximum time of 65 minutes if it does go any longer than that. They do have dynamic weather here, so the weather is always moving. Track usage, 75%. Now, that is pretty high usage, especially for a track like Spa, where it does eat up the tyres around certain corners like this one that Paul Ilbrink is coming through now. Puon, very difficult corner. They do have a maximum of 32 drivers that can join the session, but only 26 can qualify. Obviously, we only have 13 in the session here today, so that won't be such of a problem. The news is Mark Bruning is actually replacing Sathmarius Sabolks for this race. Sabolk's not driving. Mark will take a spot back in Tulip Race, and that is the big news coming from the last race at Monza. So that is a pretty big one there. Sabolk stepping aside, and unfortunately not taking any further part in this one. Hopefully we'll see him back for the Indy 500 as Ilbrink crosses the line, and he's been displaced by Cedric Bill, who's putting an absolute worldie of a time there, Tony.
Good grief. 2.1.0.
Yeah.
2010. I mean, that's insane for an inline 4-cylinder.
Yeah. So Cedric Bill doing exactly what he did last time, really putting in the fast times when they matter. Manuel Domingo just improving there to a 1.419 as Bobliev having a bit of a problem there somewhere on track. We've got Augsburger back in pit road. Now this is where the final runs come in now. We are about 2 minutes before qualifying. People are going to go in, get a quick splash and dash here, Tony, run back out before the time runs out, and get that last time in before the end of qualifying.
Yeah, and that's something you see whenever we come to a road course in any series that we broadcast here on ESPN. You run until you've got maybe 2 to 3 laps of fuel left. Go in, get some 4 Mr. Feelgoods put on all 4 corners of the car, get them up to temp on the out lap, and then just blister one and come across the line to take the checker for your qualifying and have the car die going into the next corner. The car's at its lightest load. It's at its best grip with the fresh tires, and you have to do it on a road course, or else you're basically just sucking wind.
Mark Bruning just getting it all wrong on the chicane after the Camel Straight there, just going sideways. Unfortunate for him. The only driver that's not put a timing down there is Bruno Canavas. Now, his teammate did try and join the session. I don't think he is actually joined yet, so that is unfortunate for him. That would be Ronaldo Augusto.
I am showing both of them actually technically in the session. But not on track yet.
Yeah, so both drivers driving for the F1 Apps team, not really taking part in this qualifying session. They had a really difficult time last week at Monza, having a collision going into the first chicane, and then just having all sorts of problems, especially Augusto. He kept on getting caught out by that first chicane, just getting a couple of wheels off and getting a slowdown penalty. That's really what cost him, and he ended up putting it on the hauler in the end. It's Paul Ilbrink now to the pole, and he is the first driver into the under the 2-minute 1 mark there, Tony.
That's impressive. That is seriously nothing short of impressive. I've been around here in different cars that you and I have played around here at Spa in different testing sessions, and that's times that we've seen with the IndyCar here.
Yeah, so qualifying over here, Paul Ilbrink is still on a flyer here. He's going to try and see if he can improve on that 2 minute and 0.8. Let's see if he can do it again here as he comes through Blanchimont down towards. It took a couple of wheels were off there. I wonder if he might have got a off track. Doesn't look like he did, and he's going to abandon it there. So yeah, he did. As we're still waiting to see who else is there. There's Lubomir Moric. Now he's going to have to put in a really good time here if he wants to get close to Paul Ilbrink here. Ilbrink with an absolute. Actually, Moric is on an outlap here, so I don't think he's going to do it.
No, he's taking pit side. Cedric Bill is on a flyer.
Yeah, Bill is on a flyer, so let's take a look and see what he can do. Remember, he got the fastest lap before Ilbrink spoiled the show as they... And no, he's going to call it. That's going to leave Kevin Shine and Dmitry Bobliev, the only drivers out on track, but I don't think they're going to put times in. I don't think they've got time to put times in. No, Bobliev abandons it, and looks like Shine is going to carry on and see if he can make it to the before the time runs out here, Tony.
Yeah, the only thing is he was on a flyer, I believe, but he had to take evasive action because Cedric Bill just parked it on the straightaway and basically ruined any chance that Shine would have at really cranking one off here.
Yeah, he's quite a few seconds down already. We're at 1:53 already, and the fastest lap is 2 minutes, so he's definitely not going to put a competitive time in this time round, so expecting to bring it down pit road. But before we go to qualifying, let's bring in the man that's qualified on the pole. I don't think I can see him. No, he's not on TeamSpeak, so never mind. We're not going to have a word with him. It would have been nice to have a word with him because he is the man that won the championship last week. So unfortunate there, as Shine did cross the line, but not really competitive there, Tony.
Yeah, absolutely not. Actually, that last lap didn't count because he did have to. He put it in the grass to take evasive action, so negated the lap that he was on.
So, quick commercial break before we get racing, and we will be back with you in just a second. And we're back here right now for this race here, as we are looking to go to the field here. We're trying to find it. There we go. Everybody lined up ready to go here. And we're waiting for Ilbrink to start here, as we're just going to bring him up for a quick chat. Just a quick chat before you go green there, Paul. Pole on the for the race here. Looking forward to this one?
Yeah, I'm hoping to work together with Manuel and getting the Constructors' Championship as well. So, yeah, looking good, I guess, with Paul and Manuel in 5th.
Absolutely. You reckon you can grab the championship from Positive right here?
Yeah, I hope so. It's doable.
All right, Paul. Well, congratulations on the championship as well. I didn't bring that up to you last time, but good luck for the race, and hopefully you can bring home the win in the championship after this one.
Yeah, thanks.
As the lights are on the track, and we are ready to go here. And green flag is in the air. We are racing here at Spa as they make their way down to the Source hairpin. And Ilbrink having problems! Big problems with Paul Ilbrink down towards the hairpin. And that is going to really hurt his race here.
3 wide never works going into La Source, and these guys just found out the hard way why.
Yeah, it's a big problem already for Paul Ilbrink. He's still running, but he's going to find himself all the way back in P6, the man that won the championship last week. And I'm probably regretting having a few words with him before the start of the race. He probably threw his concentration off. But anyway, we are racing as they go into the chicane there. And look at Positive Sim Racing, 2nd and 3rd. Morich in 2nd. Alvarez in 3rd. Augsburger up to 4th. Bill and Ilbrink, the biggest losers out of that one, Tony.
Absolutely, but the good news is, at least for Ilbrink, is his teammate is leading this piece.
Yeah, as we're looking at Ilbrink now, he's back up to P5 already, and already seeing Augsburger putting Alvarez under pressure here. As he backs off, Augsburger going to find himself under pressure from Ilbrink if he's not careful as they come through the fast chicane here, as they come through, as Domingo leads, coming on to the big fast section coming towards Blanchimont here, Tony. First lap in the books already, and almost already, as we've had drama already in this race, as we're down to 11 in this race already.
Absolutely. Ellsberg was run off the track going through Brussels. So the stewards are probably going to have to take a look at that one after the race. Definitely cost him a ton of time. And he has Ilbrink all over his rear wing right now, as Ilbrink looking to make up some ground, having gotten run over going into La Source at the start.
Now I'm surprised that did not end his race right there, that collision. really threw his car up in the air, but surprisingly come away with no damage. Right behind him, we've got a battle here between the main Tulip racing car and the Lucentis. Yeah, I did say that right. Lucentis Tulip racing car. Dave Guild right on the back of Danny Hoekstra as they come up through the Kemmel straight here on lap 2 of 26. Actually, it's not 29. As Lubomir Moritz put in Domingo under pressure. Oh no!
Moritz just went sideways.
And that that might have cost him the championship here. Moritz going sideways into the dirt there, and we're going to take another look and see what happened here. My replay is not working, even though I tried to fix it. And you see Moritz trying the outside there. Moritz just hitting that curb, sent him sideways and into the tyre barrier, Tony.
And that's something we see a lot in open wheel cars. He caught the curbing on the exit of that turn and did exactly what he did exactly what I saw Chris Walker do a couple weeks ago in an IndyCar race. You can put 2 tires on it, you can put 2 tires over it. Don't try to 50-50 rail grind it like it's a skateboard, because you're going to be pointing the wrong way on a one-way street quicker than you can think.
Yeah, surprisingly, barely any damage from Moritz there, but he's definitely going to be hurt from that incident. He's going to have a lot of, I believe he's got some right side damage from that spin. Actually, left side damage, not right side. But going back to the leaders here, Domingo still under pressure from another positive sim racing car. That is Javier Alvarez right behind him. Ilbrink back up to third now after finally getting around Augsburger. So good recovery from the champion here, as Alvarez looking to try and pass Domingo going into La Source. Not quite close enough as they come out of La Source and that big run down towards Eau Rouge and Radion, Tony.
Absolutely. It's one of the most fun corner combinations, in my opinion, in all of racing anywhere in the world, because you generate so many G's going into the bottom of La Source and then lose it all as you press to start to go into Radion. It challenges you as a driver in any car you put it in. And when you've got somebody trying to get by you, like we just saw Augsburg go around Ilbrink, that makes it even more challenging, and it's so much fun.
Yeah, we just had a pass for the lead there while you were talking about the pass between Augsburger and Ilbrink. Alvarez now has the lead of the race here, and I got a feeling that if Ilbrink stays where he is, that might just clinch the championship for both him and Domingo and Radicals Online here. We've got Alvarez in the lead, but his teammate is so far back now, and that might hurt them in the championship points here.
Running 10th and dropping. I don't think he's been pit side yet to try to get new wings put on that car, because I'm seeing a ton of damage on the left front wing and the rear upright of the rear wing, the left side upright.
Yeah, and I don't believe that you get the free front wings like you do with the Indy cars. That wing is part of the car, and it'll probably give you 5 seconds of optional damage, but well, actually, they don't give you the free wings on the Indy cars anymore, do they?
They do on speedways.
Yeah. Anyway, Alvarez coming out to complete lap 3 now. We're on lap 4 as we're on board with him right now as he makes his way down towards La Source. Domingo still right with him. Augsburger starting to try and pull away from Ilbrink, and Ilbrink probably feeling the effects of that collision on lap 1 in La Source there, Tony, as he's not really able to get back right to the gearbox of that number 21 machine.
Yeah, unfortunately, he took a shot, and that's the problem that you face whenever you're leading going into a corner like that, especially at the start of a standing start race. It's very easy to get run the heck over from behind.
Collision between Domingo and Alvarez, and they are both off. Alvarez keeps going, but Domingo hard into the wall. And we're going to go back and take a look at that. You see, Domingo was looking to the outside of Alvarez to try and take that lead back. Tried to sail it around the outside, but did not have the room. And Alvarez just got into his right rear, and that was all she wrote there for the number 9 machine. Alvarez able to carry on, but now is probably feeling a bit of suspension damage from that collision itself as well.
He has to be, because he banged that tire barrier with that left front tire. You know, immediately dropped the clutch to get that car spun back around. You know, but the only problem is the damage had already been done at that point.
Alvarez has suspension damage. He's just been passed easily by Elbrink. He was passed as well by Samuel Augsburger. So Alvarez really feeling the effects of that collision with Domingo, and there he goes back to 3rd place. And yeah, Alvarez hit Domingo with some force, and here comes Augsburger to the outside of Elbrink. Now, I will admit, I'll be the first to admit, there's not a very big field here, but they are creating a lot of excitement out here today.
Well, business is about to pick up, too, because if you take a look where Domingo's running, don't look now, but Moritz can see him.
Yeah, and there is Moritz just coming out of the bus stop chicane down towards La Source. He's got Kevin Shine running behind him in 11th and last. We've got 2 retirements already. Bruno Canavas and Artis de Beezing not taking times in quality. Well, not starting this race, unfortunately, as there comes Paul Elbrink to try and get around Augsburger. But again, like I mentioned, that is also a damaged car behind Augsburger, and Augsburger finding himself in a very ideal position right now, while the Positive Sim Racing and Radicals cars are just beating the living hell out of each other right now.
I mean, I know that the Constructors' Championship is on the line, but good grief, guys. You know, that's stuff you'd see in full-fendered stock cars, you know, beating and banging like these guys are. Not carbon fiber missiles that are, you know, the Formula 3.5s.
Yeah, just in a collision there between Manuel Domingo and Mark Bruning, and Gild and Bill having issues as well. They're banging wheels as they're racing alongside him. And Cedric Bill was involved in that collision with Elbrink on the first corner collision. He fell back through the field. He's back in P5 again after getting around Dave Gild. Domingo was in a collision with Mark Bruning, unfortunately, through that first chicane after the Camel Straight, and putting Bruning into the gravel. But this battle for the lead still going on between Augsburger, Elbrink, and Alvarez has refound his momentum again, Tony.
Yeah, Alvarez, it looks like he might have a little bit of wing damage, but, you know, the 2 guys in front of him are just throwing haymakers at each other right now. This is like a heavyweight title fight for a boxing match, and, you know, no quarter asked for, no quarter given, as they take it through La Source one more time and down the hill heading to the Eau Rouge complex.
Yeah, and look who's right behind them. Danny Hoekstra has really caught up to these 3 as he's looking to get a race win out of this one, try and capitalise on everything that's happened around him as he comes out of Radion and down the Camel Straight. He's got the 7 of Alvarez right in his slipstream, and here we go. Hoekstra's having a look here going into the chicane.
As Elbrink takes over the lead going into the chicane, coming out of the Camel Straight, and a little bit sideways, Hoekstra thought about trying it, thought better of it, didn't know what was going to happen with that battle for the lead, and Discretion being the better part of valor, decided to back off.
Yep, as they come through the hairpin.
And Elbrink has clean air.
Yeah, the question is, can he get away? Remember, and I keep mentioning it, he is carrying a slight bit of damage from that collision on lap 1, but you're right here, Tony, he is getting some using that clean air to his advantage and starting to get away here. Augsburger, meanwhile, has the 7 of Alvarez right on his gearbox as they come through Fagnier and in towards the stretch before down towards Blanchimont, and they're leaving Hoekstra behind. Hoekstra must have made a mistake somewhere because he's lost about a second to everybody else in front of him.
I'm thinking when he jammed on the binders, he got caught up in track limits and did have a slowdown, and now he's not able to use DRS like the rest of these guys are.
Yep, as we're looking at Hoekstra there, just coming through the bus stop chicane. He's staying with them. It looks like he's faster than those three in front of him under braking, but straight line speed isn't right there. Cedric Bill, meanwhile, still in a battle with Dave Guild. You see Guild, we're on board with him in the Luciantus TR machine, the purple car just coming out of La Source down towards Eau Rouge, and keeping Bill very honest here as we're on lap 7 now of 26.
Absolutely, as they take it up through Rodion and into the first DRS zone on the track, into the Camel Straight. A little bit of blocking, a little bit of, this is shades of Senna and Prost 91, what we're seeing right now.
Problems for Dave Guild. Guild is off through the chicane. He went straight on there. We're going to get a replay of that one and see exactly what happened between those two. As it was
ran him off the track.
Yeah. And oh yeah, there was a bit of collision there as Guild just went straight on and was almost going to go onto the old section of the road course there, as back in the day that used to go straight on and into the countryside.
I've seen other sims run that layout. That looks so much fun. But meanwhile, back up at the front of the field, the top three of Ilbrink, Augsburg, and Alvarez, they still have Hoekstra within striking distance behind them, but the three of them have closed right back up on each other's rear wings as they take it through. They take it through Blanchimont one more time.
And Augsburg are looking to the outside there of Ilbrink as they come towards the bus stop chicane. Ilbrink just got to do everything he can to just protect that racing line and hold on to lead, and he does. Alvarez, meanwhile, takes a very wide line going for the chicane.
Well, he probably was taking that line as a defensive line to not get caught up in the dumpster fire that was sure to happen if Augsburg decided to push his luck. He kind of maybe saw the future of, there's going to be a collision in front of me. I need to take evasive action now. And he's starting to fall back into the clutches of Danny Hoekstra.
Yes, we're on board with Hoekstra right now as he's making his way down the Camel Straight and looking to try and get to the back of the 7.
As we've got a battle for the lead, and we've got a new leader.
Yeah, Samuel Augsburger moving his way back to the point here. The Frenchman really having a good one. His race ended in retirement last week as Hoekstra looking to make a pass on Javier Alvarez here as they come down towards the hairpin, and Alvarez some way able to hold on, keeping it wound up on the outside and using that to his advantage as they come through No Name down towards Puon. Hoekstra's got to try again here because he nearly had him that time round.
That was full send it mode for both those drivers. Alvarez full send it to defend. Hoekstra full send it to try to get the spot. And meanwhile, back up at the front, Ilbrink is all over the transmission tunnel of Augsburg one more time.
Yeah, and there is Ilbrink there in the number 16 machine. He was confirmed as champion last week at Monza. Wants to seal up the Constructors' title here today. It hasn't come without its incidents though, because Ilbrink's been in an incident, his teammate's been in an incident, and both of the Positive Sim Racing drivers have been in incidents here today.
Yes, they have, and the battle right now is between Domingo and Moritz. That's going to be really the deciding factor of who gets this Constructors' Championship, I think. With Domingo currently running in 7th and Moritz up to 9th already. Moritz can see Domingo on the Camel Straight anyways, as Domingo is actually almost 10 seconds up the road, so he has stretched his legs a little bit.
Domingo's actually having trouble getting around Dave Guild right now. They're in a battle going up through Radion. And Guild is doing everything he can to hold on. Remember that battle he had with Bill a couple of laps ago? Now he's stuck in a battle with Manuel Domingo, and Domingo just doing everything he can to try and get around him, but unfortunately, Guild, being the tough cookie that he is, just will not let him by.
And Domingo had choice words. There's a driver's channel that all the drivers listen to, and Domingo with choice words for Guild as they came through the back part of Radion.
Yep, as they come through Stavolo, and still nothing. As Domingo having problems and goes straight on. Domingo out of this race.
That's championship implications right there. As a ton of speed being lost right now. Domingo hopefully can get a new nose clip put on that car. I'm not sure how quickly the crew's going to be able to do it, though. The question is, what type of suspension damage does he have? And there is his chief rival. That's Moritz going by him right now.
That's Lubomir Moritz, crucially moving up ahead of Manuel Domingo. This is going to fall to the hands of this man, Paul Ilbrink. He needs to put a good gap on between himself and Javier Alvarez to be able to take the points away. As here comes Ilbrink to pit road, Tony.
Yeah, Ilbrink probably just getting some fresh tires put on that car, as we're closing in on the halfway point, trying to get maybe a little bit of an undercut here. Get some fresh tires and, see what happens.
Yeah, as we're going to go on board with him right there. As you see the tires spinning as he's up to get his stop. We've got Moritz in and Domingo in as well. Obviously, naturally, Domingo was going to come in anyway because of that damage on his car. But Ilbrink down and away, no problem for him. Domingo is in pit road. Let's see if he calls it here, Tony.
Well, I'm keeping an eye on him. And it looks like Moritz blew through his stall.
No,
Moritz blew through his pit stall.
Yeah, and he managed to back it up and get it back in there, but he's managed to make the pit stop work. He's back out in P10, last on the road at the moment with Domingo in pit road. And Domingo's out of the car. He's done, Tony. That's
unfortunately, that's going to most likely ruin the chance of that team getting the Constructors' Championship. It all falls onto his teammates' shoulders now, and Ilbrink's going to have to do yeoman's work from here on out.
Yeah, as we go back to the lead battle here, Danny Hoekstra currently leading ahead as Samuel Augsburger managed to get the pass done on the Frenchman, and now Hoekstra, the chief cook and bottle washer of the league, as Tony would say, is leading this piece as they head down towards the bus stop chicane, and Augsburger under pressure from Alvarez now.
But yeah, Hoekstra was able to get by both of them as they come through the chicane into the final straight, and that was Augsburger going into pit. So Augsburger bringing it in. That leaves Alvarez to try to reel in Hoekstra.
And what a drive from Hoekstra here today, just getting this that Tulip racing machine really hooked up and forcing his way up there as Manuel Domingo goes a lap down now. If he decides to get back in the car and continue, he's going to have his work cut out here, as we've had problems for Dmitry Bobliev. He's missing his front wing now.
Yeah, I didn't see exactly what happened with Bobliev.
Oh, we lost it coming out of Blanchimont.
Yep.
Big hit there for Bobliev as he comes through Blanchimont. We're going to take another look at it again. And he went too deep into Blanchimont and just nosed it big time into the wall. Now, if my memory serves me correctly, that was the exact place where a driver crashed very seriously. I think it was back in '92, I think it was. And he was knocked unconscious, and Ayrton Senna actually got out of his car mid-race and helped with his recovery. So
you are correct.
Yeah, so a very dangerous part to crash in, and I know I've crashed there before on iRacing, and even on iRacing it's not pretty.
Well, it started with what we talked about earlier. You know, the curbing, if you put 2 tires on it, you're fine. If you put 2 tires past it, you're fine. Don't try to straddle the curbs in a car that sits this low, because you're not going to like the outcome, because we've said numerous times, it snaps you by.
Hoekstra and Alvarez deciding to stay out here for another lap at least. Cedric Bill staying out as well. Dave Guild will stay out as well. Mark Bruning just coming down towards the bus stop now. Does he decide to take it in as his teammate decided to stay out? The answer is no, he stays out as well. Paul Ilbrink is the man leading those that have been down pit road already, and is already starting to catch Bruning as he comes out of the bus stop.
Yeah, starting to really reel him in as they head into La Source, and then he should be able to use the DRS zone on the Camel Straight if he gets a good run through Eau Rouge and Radion.
Yeah, remember they only have 8 chances to use that DRS, so they've got to use them sparingly. We've seen that in other leagues before. Great shot of Ilbrink coming over the Radion hill there. That was a nice shot.
Yeah.
You couldn't see it because...
Well, no, I had the same camera on, I guarantee you, because I just saw it. It was a gorgeous shot. I'm actually thinking about going back and screen capping that later.
As there is
Hoekstra continues to show the way, and he's stretching his legs over Alvarez right now. This is an impressive drive from the 91.
Yeah, as we look at the battle box once again, and over a second to the good over Javier Alvarez. They're 4.5 seconds ahead of Bill, and Alvarez, I believe, just got an off track there, so unfortunate there. That's going to cost them. I don't think there's an incident limit in this, but
there is not.
Well, there you go. But let's see now, as they come out of Blanchimont, will they go into pit road this time around? Remember, they've got to try and get out ahead of Paul Ilbrink. Ilbrink is 23 seconds behind the leader, and the gap is closing. Oh, it's not actually, it's getting larger actually. Is now 24 seconds behind the lead pack, as yeah, Bobliev is out of this race. Domingo's still sitting in pit road, however.
Yeah, Domingo, it's going to take a while to get that car fixed, if it's possible at all. And, you know, unfortunately for him, Moritz is up into 8.
Yeah. And if Moritz gets into the top 5, I can't see it happening, because he's about... Well, he's already about, what, 31 seconds behind Ilbrink, so, and 55 seconds off the leader, so it's going to need a miracle to get him up to the top 5 from that P8 position. But...
Stranger things have happened, Sam.
True, true. But if things finish...
Remind you of a different league that we broadcast in Watkins Glen about 4 weeks ago?
Yeah, true. Yeah, but he's an alien on road courses, so...
So are these guys.
Yeah, true.
A sub 2-1? Come on.
Anyway, well, Ilbrink is the alien because he's been in the iRacing World Grand Prix series, so he's a very talented driver. I've seen him in the past, and he definitely knows his stuff. And they all do. They all know their stuff when it comes to road course racing. And not more so than this man. Danny Hoekstra leading this thing by now 4 seconds over Javier Alvarez. Really putting the laps down now as he is still not bringing a pit side here, Tony.
Well, this is the time. You've got clean air or clean track in front of you.
Here comes Alvarez.
You're light on fuel. If you're going to lay down a lap, this is where you want to do it.
Yeah, and this is an important pit stop here. Javier Alvarez coming into pit road now. Now this is what matters. We've got to keep an eye on Paul Ilbrink as well, as Ashley Ilbrink is making his way through the chicane. And Alvarez is not even in his box yet. Ilbrink, this is championship implications right here. Paul Ilbrink takes the position away from Alvarez.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah.
Alvarez is going to have to hope for a miracle now. He's about to get past, possibly past. He currently sits, I got him scored in 7th.
6th.
With him. Okay, I've got, okay, 6th then.
Yeah.
And he still has 4 guys in front of him that have to pit.
Now, the one thing that's working in Alvarez's favour is that he does have fresher tyres than Paul Ilbrink. Ilbrink has turned, what, about 4 or 5 laps now on those tyres, whereas Alvarez has literally just been in pit road now. The only thing holding him back is the fact that he's had to come out on cold tyres because, unfortunately, these cars don't have tyre warmers. So that's a problem.
Yeah. So that's definitely going to be a detriment for the first 4 laps here. Yeah.
Yeah. As
and I just had a throughput, so I will be right back, Sam.
no worries. As Danny Hoekstra continues on his way, is he going to bring it down pit road this time? The answer is no. Still staying out in that 91 Tulip machine. Really putting on a great show here. Cedric Bill, after that incident at the start, really losing a lot of positions, but moving his way back up to 2nd place. He's about a 1.5 seconds ahead of Dave Guild, who's in 3rd place in the Lucianthus Tulip Racing team. So both Tulip Racing teams doing pretty well here today. As the other one right there, that's Mark Bruning.
And Sam, just received word from the 9 team. They have decided to close the garage on that one.
Yeah, so Manuel Domingo is officially out of this race. So we're down to 9 drivers left in this race, but still a lot of drama left to be had here as we're looking at Mark Bruning making his way down the Camel Straight right now with Paul Ilbrink not that far behind him, only 3 seconds separating the 61 and the 16 here, Tony. I don't know if
Ilbrink can see Ilbrink can see Bruning right now. So that's probably lit a fire under Ilbrink's backside, knowing that he's currently running in 5th. So there's 1 point for the championship. And he wants to try to gather as many as he can, knowing that everybody else that's contesting for this is sitting behind him, and he.
Tony, you keep breaking up there, sir. As we're still watching this race here, as Kevin Shine is back there in P9, the last driver running, as we go back to the leader, Danny Hoekstra, who's leading this one and still staying out another lap here. Cedric Bill staying out as well. Dave Guild staying with him. And look at this battle really shaping up now. Guild has really got to the back of Cedric Bill as they come down the main straight, down towards the La Source hairpin, and Guild putting in the fastest lap of the race here, 2:01.929, as they go through the La Source down towards the to Eau Rouge and Radion. Let's see what Guild can do here. Can he get that 2nd place away from Bill as they make their way through towards Camel? Side by side as they come towards the chicane. And Guild on the outside, and Bill able to just hold on there. Guild having to back off. Remember, last time these guys came into battle, they were... Well, it ended badly for Guild. Guild having to blow through the chicane there after getting a little tiny nudge there from Bill and ending up in the on the access road here. But they're back together again now. Bill in 2nd place, Guild in 3rd. Guild wants that 2nd place, and Guild currently holding the fastest lap of the race. Really did not see that one coming before the start of this one. As we're waiting for Tony to come back there after his connection issues, we're having a few connection problems there, being over in America. We are on a European server. That might be what the problems are here, as we're looking at Paul Ilbrink now. Currently in 5th place, and that is Mark Bruning right in front of him. Now, this is going to be interesting here. If Ilbrink can get another car between himself and Javier Alvarez, who is also not that far behind, only 6 seconds separating the 7 and the 16. If Ilbrink passes Bruning and gets ahead of him, puts him in between Alvarez and himself, Bruning between Alvarez and himself, then that will work in his favour, as Dave Guild now brings it pit side, and he's had enough of fighting. He wants to try and get the undercut on Cedric Bill through the pit stops here, as Bill carries on for another lap. So we'll see if he brings it in next time round. I gotta say, this has been one hell of an exciting race at Spa. Danny Hoekstra just coming out of the Camel Straight there, leading this thing by 7 seconds over Cedric Bill. Now he's just coming to the end of the Camel Straight himself. Then you're going to have Mark Bruning just making his way out of Radion and down the Camel Straight as well. Fantastic air shot from the chopper here. As you see Paul Ilbrink right behind him there, and Ilbrink has fallen 2 seconds back. I'm guessing Ilbrink must have had a slowdown somewhere. And we've got some supporters for MXS Racing, and they'll be happy to see Cedric Bill in 2nd place here as he makes his way through Pouon. And remember, Hoekstra and Bill still have to go pit side, as does Bruning. It's going to be interesting to see where they come out of this one, Hoekstra and Bill, as we've got Augsburger in trouble. Augsburger in big trouble here as he's had a spin coming out of No Name. Let's go back and see what's happened here. Hey, was it out a No Name?
Looks like it might have been.
Yeah, it was just coming out of No Name, getting it sideways. Thankfully, did not hit anything. But Augsburger had good. Sorry.
The same thing we saw other guys do, and it was straddle the curbs, and it bit another driver.
Yeah, and that's really not going to please Augsburger, as he was having such a good run today, and it's really fallen off the boil here for the Frenchman. As Danny Hoekstra still not taking a pit side here, just come out of Radion. Same for Cedric Bill, but while this is happening, they are losing massive amounts of time here to Paul Ilbrink, Tony.
Yeah, Ilbrink all over the backside of Bruning right now. Should be able to use a DRS and hopefully get the slingshot coming up through the Camel.
Yeah, as he's going to get in that DRS zone now. Will he use a DRS there? We're going to go on board with Ilbrink for a lap here and see if he does use a...
He's not, but Bruning is.
Yeah.
Bruning just burned a DRS to defend.
As we looking from the back of Mark Bruning's car, and there is Ilbrink right behind him. Great scenes here at Spa, and Kevin Shine's had an incident here, and ends a bit. Oh no. Let's go and see what's happened to Shine here, as it says he's had a crash, but I don't see any damage on his car. As there we go. Ilbrink has just got past Bruning just as I was not paying attention here. Let's take another look here. And it was in the most... Yeah, you wouldn't expect him usually to make a pass there, Tony.
No, but he went around the...
Yeah, there was
the
a
high side coming through there, and just they did bang wheels a little bit, but you know, Ilbrink was, you're not denying me, and he just full send it mode.
Hoekstra and Bill are in pit road right now, and that's going to give Ilbrink the lead of the race. As they come out of the chicane there, Bruning going to stay out for another lap here, but Hoekstra and Bill will sacrifice the lead here as Javi Alvarez comes out. And Hoekstra is actually going to come out ahead of Alvarez and ahead of Bruning. So Bruning and Hoekstra really, well, especially Hoekstra, he's really played a right old game there to try and stay with Ilbrink. And on fresher tyres, Hoekstra might have the advantage here as he's going to look to the outside of Ilbrink, going in towards the chicane now. And big pass there, Danny Hoekstra takes the lead back almost as immediately as he lost it.
And used the DRS going through that section to make sure that he could get that pass accomplished. Oh, they bang wheels.
Yeah,
banging wheels through no name.
I'm not live. Oh, as they go through no name now, as yeah, Hoekstra back into second. Ilbrink really wanted that lead back, didn't he? Whew.
Yeah, that was, you're not denying me, is he realizes with the points sitting how they are right now, he has, Ilbrink has Hoekstra and Bruning between him and Alvarez. Unfortunately for him, though, Bruning still has to go pit side.
Yeah. But there's only 2 points separating Ilbrink and, well, Positive Sim Racing and Radicals. So Ilbrink, if he finishes in first and Bruning finishes and Alvarez finishes in third, that might just be enough to overhaul Positive Sim Racing here as, like I said, the gap only 2 points, and Ilbrink, all he needs to do is win this race. And Moritz is just nowhere to be seen right now. And here comes Bruning now into pit road. So he's finally going to take his stop here, and that's going to leave Alvarez to take over third place now. As we're going to go back to this battle for the lead here. And, well, it's not really a battle for the lead, as Hoekstra has really backed off. And knows there's championship implications in this one. So if Alvarez can catch him, and it looks like he might be because the gap is down to less than 5 seconds between the 7 and the 91. I got a feeling he's not going to try and interfere in this battle for the Constructors' Championship. As he comes out.
I mean, that's a gentleman racer right there.
Yeah, it is. As they come down towards Stavolo. And there is Alvarez just making his way down towards Stavolo now. Now, Guild and Bill still continuing the battle. Actually, Guild has actually got ahead of Cedric Bill after Bill has been in pit road. So, big undercut there for Dave Guild. So, definitely worth the early pit stop before Bill went into pit road. So, Guild getting the undercut done on Cedric Bill. Really doing himself a favour here as we go back to Paul Ilbrink now. He has got 7 laps to go before he can claim the checkered flag here, but Alvarez has still got a head of steam on, but Alvarez is still 7 seconds back from the race leader right now.
Sam, I don't know if you're live. They're coming up on 5 to go. Only 26 laps today, sir.
Yeah, they're on lap 20.
Yeah, you said 7.
Yeah. 7 laps to go. When they hit lap 21, it's 6 laps to go then.
This is 5.
You can count on your fingers. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 6 laps.
Oh, shoot. I had my socks and shoes on. Sorry. My bad, folks. I can math today. Really, I can. Sorry about that.
Never mind. But this race really settling down now as Ilbrink now up to 2.5 seconds ahead of Hoekstra. Hoekstra going to claim a very good second place here, but ultimately would have appreciated the win here. Alvarez in third place, probably going to relinquish the constructors title here, as Lubomir Moric all the way back in P8 now and not really threatening anybody. Kevin Shine is still back there in P9. Last car running right now, Samuel Augsburger, was in the running for the race win here at one point and now found himself all the way back in P7 ahead of Mark Bruning, who's finally taken pit side and is that back behind the 21. And Bruning is actually catching Augsburger now, by the way.
Yes, he is starting to, click off some laps. Only has 3 seconds to really make up. So, this is something that he could make happen still. Get a decent finish out of this still.
Yeah, he's probably going to have to really put some laps down if he wants to get up to Cedric Bill. He's about 12 seconds behind the Frenchman as Bill coming up through Fagnier. As they comes out of Fagnier, and he's way behind Dave Gill. Gill really did get a really big undercut on Bill there through the pit stops, because Bill was right with him, right behind him, and pit first, and then Gill was right with Bill, pit first, waited, came out obviously way back, and then Bill pitted, and Gill just really got that undercut perfect. So he's going to get fourth place if things stay as they are before the checker flag. Now we've got 5 laps to go here at Spa. Ilbrink still leading, Hoekstra still in second, and is now almost 3 seconds back. Alvarez is almost 5 seconds back from Hoekstra, so Alvarez losing a bit of time there over the past lap, Tony.
I dare say he got course limit violations, because he knows what's at stake here. He knows he's got to get by Hoekstra to get that Constructors' Championship for his team. And unfortunately, I think he dipped more than 2 tires over the curbing, and unfortunately the simulator said, "Yeah, you got to slow down, sir."
Now, one thing to note, and I think everybody that knows iRacing knows this, it is very easy to pick up incident points at this track if you dip 2 tires over a certain point. Say, like if you go through this corner, no name, and they go too far wide, you get an incident point there for going off track. And through Pouon, that's probably the worst corner to get off tracks from. If you run even slightly onto that bluish green rumble strip, you will get an off track for that, and it will really hurt you over the long course of a race.
Well, I remember the last time I ran the 24 Hours of Spa with Team ESPN. I went from an A 4.0 to a D 1.2 in one race. Yeah. And I only did 4 stints. And I didn't hit anything.
Good job they won't relegate you back to rookie then.
Yeah, I know. I kind of felt like a rookie after that race because my mind hurt so much.
Our teammate Ronnie Osmer holds the record for the most incidents around here. At the last 24 Hours of Spa, he got... No, not last one. The one in 2019, he got over 700 incident points over the course of 24 hours.
782 to be exact.
Yeah.
In 4 stints.
I think he was only second behind Max Verstappen.
Yeah, I think Verstappen still holds the record at 1,000.
Yeah. There is Danny Hoekstra still trying to... Well, he's taken a couple of tenths off of Ilbrink, but not too much. And he's definitely extended the gap over Alvarez. I think Alvarez has probably given up at this point. He is just sitting back there, now almost 6 seconds off the back of Hoekstra, and really just cruising his way to the checker flag at this point, as we're now 4 laps to go.
There's 4 to go, and Alvarez has got to hope that Hoekstra, has issues, plain and simple. That's about his only chance at being able to salvage this team title right now. Still has points to be made up in the Drivers' Championship. Could still play leapfrog over a couple of guys there, but Wow, Ilbrink using track limits to their extreme right now. He's pushing, so this isn't over with yet.
Now Elbrink wants to finish this off in style, and I think he's seen that Dave Guild has set that fastest lap, and I think he wants to beat it at this point. But with the damage on his car, I don't think he might. I don't think he will.
Well, with the damage and abusing track limits like he is, it's going to negate any lap that he can set. But yeah, this is fun to watch, that's for sure. And Hoekstra's reeled him in a little bit more.
Now the gap down to 3.9 seconds now as they cross the line. Hoekstra coming through La Source now, down towards Eau Rouge and Radion. Has really stepped up his game now, as he set a 2.2.93, a 2 minute 2.938 at the line last time around. So really stepped up his game there. Paul Ilbrink a 2 minute 2.604. So Ilbrink slightly faster. And here's an interesting one. Alvarez is about a second off the pace here. He's set a 2 minute 3.064. That's about half a second off the pace, but still much slower. I'm going to stay with my original prediction. Alvarez is pretty much settled for third place here.
That seems to be the case, as he's not really pushing as hard as he could and was earlier on in the event. I think he just kind of realizes, that this is... There's very little chance of me being able to catch those guys in front of me, so I'm just going to kind of sit here and ride right now and hope that one of them makes a mistake.
Yeah, as we look at Alvarez just coming up through to Fagnes now. Guild was trying to catch him for a minute and then decided to back off himself, so Guild probably going to be happy with fourth place as things stand right now. The Brit really having a good race here today. His race at Monza ended in retirement after... I don't know if you watched that race 2 weeks ago, Tony, but there was a bit of an interesting incident there between... for himself. He got stuck on the curb going through the second chicane and had to get his team... he was literally... the board underneath his car was stuck on the curb. He could not move anywhere. He had to get his teammate Kevin Shine to literally push him off that curb so he can keep on going.
I did see that, and that I've had that happen to me. Because you should mention that. But it's one of those deals where the curbings are meant to not let you drive over them and not have to pay the price. And as slow as you have to take that second chicane at Monza, they paid the second most ultimate price you can, and that's high-siding the car, and you're not going anywhere at the point.
Looking at an incident between Mark Bruning and Samuel Augsburger. Augsburger looking for a pass on Bruning, and unfortunately Augsburger sending it sideways, and looks like his race might be over at this point, as we are looking to he's out. So
they've towed that right to the hauler.
Yeah. So Augsburger, after a very promising start to the race for the MXS team, coming to an end there after a collision with Mark Bruning and having a spin there through P1. So very disappointing there. And MXS were looking good here today, but they've really fallen off here, as it looks like Ilbrink is coming up to Kevin Shine now.
They are, but the thing I wanted to point out, Sam, is Luvier Moritz is all over the rear wing of Bruning right now, and I believe that's going to give them the point that they need.
Possibly we'll have to look it up and have a word with Danny Hoekstra after this, as there goes Moritz to the inside of Bruning and taking away that sixth place from Bruning, as Ilbrink starts the final lap here. Only one more circulation around here and Ilbrink will finish this season off in style. And yeah, he's gonna finish this race off with a win, and as the new champion, that's how it should finish.
Absolutely, and I mean, we saw him overcome so much adversity. Started up on the pole, got run over from behind, was in 10th place at one point early on in this race, and has just done nothing but battle, and is taken back over the lead, and just a masterful drive from Ilbrink tonight.
Absolutely, as he makes his way through Stavolo now down towards No Name, and very measured drive there by the man in the 16 Radicals machine, as crucially Bruning has got around Moritz again, so this might work in his favour. Now you see Bruning and Moritz battling it out there, coming through the Camel Straight, and Moritz is too far back there, so he needs to put his foot down if he wants to get around that Tulip machine. And we said Tulip Racing might not want to affect the championship here. We think they might have just done that by Bruning getting back around the 66, as Moritz gets around Bruning again, coming through Stavolo. As we're going to go back to Paul Ilbrink here, as he's going to claim the win. He's just coming up towards Blanchimont right now, but crucial battle going on between Moritz and Bruning.
Yeah, those guys are throwing nothing but haymakers at each other right now, with Moritz with the advantage. And, I'm thinking Bruning may have burned all of the goodie off of those tires, as Moritz, digging for everything he can get, knows that he needs to finish as high as he possibly can to try to help his team in the Constructors' Championship. And we are going to have to wait for the final math to come in. And no, I'm not doing it because I still have my socks and shoes on. Yeah,
as Paul Ilbrink has crossed the line already while you were talking about that, and he has won the race here at Spa. And we're going to have to wait for the other guys to cross the line. There is Hoekstra. He gets second place. Alvarez in third. But let's go back to the battle between Moritz and Bruning. And it looks like Moritz is going to cross the line here ahead of Bruning. So Bruning going to finish in 7th, Moritz in 6th, 5th, Cedric Bill 4th, 5th for Cedric Bill, 5th for, my God, I can't talk, I promise. Guild in P4. Javi Alvarez in P3, Danny Hoekstra in P2, Paul Ilbrink claiming the win, and I believe the Constructors title as well. So very, very well done to him and his team. As we are going to stop it right there, and we are going to get a word in. Just bear with me 1 second while for some reason my cameras are all messed up, so I'm going to have to do it this way. Because I'm a genius. Anyway, I'm not. I'm really not. Let's get the interviews out of the way, shall we? As we are going to bring in the man himself, Mr. Paul Ilbrink, as he's going to join us in the booth right now, and he's right here. Paul Ilbrink, Sam up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah. Hello.
Hello, how are you doing? I apologize. I might have took you off your game there when I interviewed you right before the start, but great recovery for yourself to bring home the win and the Constructors' Championship as well.
Did we get it?
I think so. I'm not sure. I'll have to talk to Danny.
It was quite a messy race from my point of view. I got hit at the start from behind because maybe I went off the gas a bit too early for turn 1 on the inside. I don't know, but I don't even know who it was. Maybe it was my teammate even. So that complicated things a little bit for me. I wasn't like the car didn't feel too bad, but not great either. So I was a bit unsure if I had damage or not. But yeah, I just stayed out as long as I could till the pit window opened, and then did a pit stop, and I didn't get any repairs or anything. So from that point on, I just pushed as hard as I can to hopefully still be in the front group again after the pit stops. But that's kind of worked out, I guess. And yeah, when Danny got out of the pits, he overtook me, but immediately could strike back, overtake him, gap him in on the infield, use a DRS on the next lap, and just get rid of him for the time being. And from there on, just pushing hard, making no mistakes to finish first.
Yeah, it was an absolute war between between Radicals and Positive Sim Racing for this one. We were expecting this coming into today. Were you expecting it to get as physical as it did here today?
No, not really. I don't know if it did get messy or something, but if it did, I want to apologize for that, because that's not how I want to win the championships, and it should be clean. So yeah, I don't know. I have to review everything what happened, so I can't really comment too much on it.
All right, and obviously getting the win here today, definitely the most perfect way you want to end the season, right? Getting the win as after you claimed the championship last week, you really put on a dominating show at the end there.
Yeah, I tried my best. Yeah, so I enjoyed the win part, but yeah, good way to end the season, I guess, for me personally.
Absolutely, and definitely big congratulations to yourself there, Paul. Well, that there ends the season here. What are your thoughts going into next season? What you got to do to press on and try and hold on to the championship for that one the next time round?
Don't think I'm gonna change much. I think it went pretty well this season, so I'll just try and build on that. Maybe try to iron out a little bit of the small mistakes I've made throughout the races, but yeah, they haven't really impacted the results too much for me. So yeah, I'm fine as it went.
And the Classic Indy 500 in a couple of weeks' time, you're going to be there for that one?
I'm not sure. Like, it sounds a bit scary driving that with Lotus 49. So yeah, I'll have to think about that.
All right, Paul. Before I let you go and celebrate your win and your championship, is there anyone you want to give a shout out to? Say hi to.
Yeah, sure. All my teammates at Radicals Online and our partners and sponsors: Armor Centrum, Kernfield Simulation, Track Racer, Joe Real Timing, Turn Racing, MOATF Podcast, Six Sideways, and Pixel Dust.
All right, Paul Elbrink in the 16 Radicals machine coming home with the win for the final race of the season. Congratulations one more time, and we'll see you next season.
All right, see you next time.
So that was Paul Elbrink joining me in the booth. Now we're going to go to the man that finished in second place. That will be Mr. Danny Hoekstra. Danny, a strong race for you here today, and almost had it there if it wasn't for that pass from Elbrink with a few laps to go.
Yeah, it was amazing. And he like I came out of the pits on cold tires, and he overtook me on my pit exit. So I knew I was close at him, and he was running high downforce, and I was running medium. So I knew I could take him on the straight, but I knew also that I had cold tires. So it was tricky going through the the couple chicanes with cold tires, trying to overtake. So that didn't work. We touched a little bit, but it was not that bad. So yeah, he was just at the end. He was quicker. So I'm still very happy coming from 7th to 2nd.
Yeah, and you definitely put on a show here for everybody here. I mean, you started a bit further back in the field. You did gain 5 positions through this race. What was different between qualifying and the race for yourself? Because you seemed a lot faster in race trim there.
Yeah, well, I usually focus on the race trim, so I know exactly where the grip is. I mean, I think I know, but Paul shows otherwise. But yeah, qualifying, I don't know. It just I don't seem to get it perfectly right in qualifying. Not just a lap, but I mean overall pace. For some reason, I just can't figure out why it's not working. But yeah, my main focus is on the race anyway, so. Usually, I'm not that upset by a low qualifying position.
Now, the season has come to an end here. Round 8, we've just finished here at Spa. New champion and new constructors champion. As a league owner, you got to be happy with how things have turned out this season.
Yeah, well, I think things work out when the last race decides a championship, and in this case, it's only the constructor championship. But still, I think it's amazing. I believe Positive Sim Racing just got it over a couple points, so congratulations to them. They were strong all season. But Paul and Manuel Domingo, of course, in the Radicals Online Track Racer team are also very quick, and Paul is probably the quickest of all drivers we have at the moment, but we'll try to get more competition for next season for sure.
Absolutely, and obviously we've only come in for the last 2 races of the season, and we've seen what they call in America absolute barn burners. You got to be happy with how the season ended here. Obviously, the championship, the Drivers' Championship, decided with a brilliant race 2 weeks ago, and the Constructors' Championship, the 2 teams that were fighting it out, they were absolutely throwing bombs at each other today.
Yeah, I was looking at it from an ideal position. I think further back a bit, and I saw some carnage happening, and I moved up 1 or 2 spots, and then after a lap or 2, I moved up another 2 spots, and then I had a big gap in front of me, but I seemed to be able to close it, and then there was like a 4-way battle with Javier and Paul as well in it. So both teams. So I guess it got decided maybe somewhere mid-race or something when Manuel dropped out, unfortunately. But still, yeah, amazing race. I think you got the best 2 races of the season. So
Very happy about that. And obviously, I know you want to put your league management hat on. So, any words you want to have for the drivers and the spectators watching this season?
Yeah, well, of course. I mean, we're trying to get even more races like these. I mean, not all tracks are like Spa. I mean, Tony knows all about it, but a big thank you to all the drivers that joined season 1 and for participating and thinking with the league, trying to make it better and improve things. Big thank you, of course, to our brandly new partners, Weatherby Photography and Joe Real Timing and Blonde Bullet. They also, of course, help with things like live timing, and you've seen it all. For the spectators, more to come.
Yeah, and speaking of more to come, in a couple of weeks' time, we have the Classic Indy 500 with the Lotus 49s. Definitely something to look forward to in that respect.
Yeah, especially because we decided to do it since it's completely different from what we're doing now. We got cars with maybe the second to highest downforce of all cars that are on the sim. So we're stepping back to an old school car without any downforce at all. So yeah, that will be a hell of a ride. I mean, I hope lots of drivers will join in. You can find it on the iRacing forum, in the Lotus 49 forum. So feel welcome to join and get some big balls racing.
Yeah, we couldn't play that video, unfortunately, for some reason. And anyway, but Danny, congratulations for 2nd place for yourself. Anybody else you want to give a shout out to before we let you go and celebrate that?
Well, of course, I want to give a shout out to you guys for doing the broadcast, and Tony for stepping in the booth last minute and be able to help us out. So I really appreciate that. Another thing I would like to say is a big thank you to my dad and my teammate for putting up a really good race and helping me through the race with sector times and all that. So and thanks everyone for watching again.
All right, Danny Hoekstra in the number 91 Tulip Racing Machine, coming up in 2nd place. Congratulations one more time, and we'll see you after.
Yeah, thanks, man. Good luck.
So that was 2nd place, Danny Hoekstra in the booth with me right there. Joining Tony in the booth right now is the man that's finished in 3rd place, Javier Alvarez, and coming home with the Constructors' Championship as well, I believe.
That's officially, yes. Javier Alvarez, we're receiving word. Has not been confirmed yet, but you guys just sealed the deal on the Constructors' Championship tonight. I know it probably wasn't the finish you were hoping for, but you can't be too disappointed with a podium finish and clinching the Constructors' Championship today.
Hi guys, hello everybody. Looking to the championship, it was a very nice championship. Today was a messy race, but we can talk later if you want.
Well, Javi, it was definitely fun to watch you do what you do out there. Talk us through the different battling that you were going through. It got
Sorry?
Oh, you broke up there. Yeah, like you said, it got a bit messy out there on track, and between yourself and Radicals. I'm guessing not the sort of racing you wanted to see out there today.
Absolutely, and I apologized before to Paul because at the start it was a bit messy. Well, it's not an excuse, but I must say that in the last month, the only 2 races I did it was today and the other eFormula Series race at Monza. So, but I found myself with Manu on the right and Paul in front in the first turn, and well, it was really a surprise to me because I didn't find any room to go. So first of all, apologize to Paul for that. Then with Manu, I must say that we are very good friends. He is probably one of my best friends in sim racing, and we have a kind of a psychological battle in every race. So I think I have to apologize also for the incident we had because I thought we were reaching the turn at the same time as when you reach there at this in parallel. As we, for example, Danny and me, we did it, and Danny at the end took the position. So, but Manu closed the door quite quickly. I didn't expect that, and I also didn't want to leave because this psychological battle among us. So please let me tell him in Spanish because he doesn't understand English. Yeah. Manu, perdona por el incidente. Solo hablamos. Okay, thank you.
No problem. And Javier, a good finish to the season for yourself as well. And unofficially, your team have claimed the Constructors' Championship here today. Despite the unclean racing, got to be happy with how your season ended?
Well, yes, to be honest, I didn't want to take part in the championship because I knew I would have a very difficult times in the last rounds, and we missed 2 rounds in August. But Cedric and Danny convinced me, and the first rounds were amazing, and the championship has been really good. So I was leading the championship for some time, which I didn't expect, and I am 55 years old. So, and this is probably one of my last races. So sorry for the mess, but I really wanted to enjoy this.
And it looked very enjoyable from our point of view, Javier. And before I let you go and celebrate your third place here today, anyone you want to thank to say hi to?
Yeah, of course. First of all, the organizers of the league, because this means a lot of work. Thank you, because they have been done everything perfectly. And also to you guys for the broadcast, because it's very nice to watch it later for us and for the audience. Thank you to my team, Positives in Racing, particularly Lubomir, who has helped me a lot. I was planning to use another setup for today, and he helped me. So thank you.
All right, Javier Alvarez in the number 7 Positive Sim Racing machine. Coming up in third place. Congratulations one more time, and we'll see you hopefully next season.
Okay, bye-bye, guys.
So that was Javier Alvarez joining us in the booth. Tony, a short field here tonight, but a very good race regardless.
Entertaining to say the least, and a lot of action all throughout the field, just action-packed. Every time you focus on a different driver and combination, these guys were throwing haymakers at each other all race long throughout the entire field.
Yeah, absolutely, and it was definitely entertaining to see as both teams in the running for the Constructors' Championship really putting out all the stops here and definitely showing what they're made of, and really made for some great viewing. But with that, we're going to go to the results for this race right now, as I wonder if they'll come up. No, they won't. I need to fix that for next season. But anyway, let's bring up the results for today's race, as coming home with the win was Paul Ilbrink, getting the second race win in a row and claiming the, well, unfortunately fallen short in the Constructors' Championship, but he will finish the season as champion and as a race winner. Danny Hoekstra coming home in second place for Tulip Racing, and Javier Alvarez rounding out your top three there. Dave Gill coming home in third place in the Lysianthus Tulip Racing car, and Cedric Bill rounding out the top five. Lubomir Moric coming home in P6. Seventh going to Mark Bruning after a big battle with Moric that went straight all the way to the line. Kevin Shine was the last driver running. He comes home in P8 in the second Lysianthus Tulip Racing machine. Samuel Augsburger having a good start to the race, but it all fell off near the end there, ending in retirement here today for the Frenchman, and he'd get P9. Dimitri Boblev, a big crash out of Blanchimont there, ended his day here at Spa, and Manuel Domingo got him very unhappy with the way he finished today in P11, 17 laps down and out of the race. Atish Debizing and Bruno Canavas did not start the race, and Ronaldo Augusto, I believe he was in the session at one point, decided not to take part either. But that is going to do it for us here tonight, and very good racing here on track. But for now, all that's left for me to say is keep it clean, keep it green from myself and Tony Trapasso. Make sure you tune in later when we have NASCOM online, and we'll see you there. Have a fantastic evening, and yeah, see you later.
Sorry, Sam. Yeah, I was having nasty connection issues. So anyways, what I want to talk to you about is the endurance team. I'm going to Facebook you a link to a guy that does sim racing content but also does real world racing content, and I'm thinking he might be a good addition to the endurance team. Aiden Millward? Yeah, he does a lot of iRacing content. Right, but what I'm thinking is if we reach out to him